Before I would go to school, my mom would sit me down and tell me of how she met my dad, which was so divine. It was so divine. She too would hear voices and everything. So I know what was happening. That was why I could immediately reject and say, no, I reject this number. I said, nah, this is not happening. So anyway, I just walked off, and over I would be hearing voice. Sometimes I could just be in the assembly or where I seated, and then I'll just hear something similar, maybe your husband or whatever is at the back of nonsense like that, and I'll turn back and I'll be like, I reject it in Jesus' name. And that kept happening. Then it was just voices. It was just voices. I remember a particular time, out of frustration, I remember telling God, if this is truly the person I would marry, I would rather not marry my entire life. Because I felt like I had a class to live up to. It was not like I was telling myself, like, oh my God, how would his version then, it was spiritual. I didn't want to marry a spiritual person. I just wanted a okay businessman that know God. Like, don't even love God, just like God. And then we just go to church and then we'll spend this money. Like, just chill. Like, that's what I wanted. So, like, I didn't even want ministry. That was a pastor. I know how demanding ministry. So I didn't want that. So, like, there were a lot of reasons. I was just like, no. And even then, I was beginning to genuinely love God now. So I was like, okay, God, maybe, like, if this is really the person, I would rather sacrifice and be the next Christian come. And I pledge my singleness to you. I don't want it. But anyway, so that was the beginning of how we met in Charles's Cambridge Academy.
So from my own perspective, all what she said is true. But from my own perspective, recollect she has told you how we met, how I walked up to her to ask if the school bus comes to pick people, and they were all laughing at me that there is nothing like school bus here. That really every student is told that for some reasons. I think the school had an issue with their school bus, so they were fixing the school bus. But meanwhile, all the students coming in had hope that the school bus will be coming to pick them, not knowing that we'll be trekking back to the hostel and coming back. So they enlightened me on that. She was just one of the special people I saw around. There was something about her I could not quite place. She was different from every other person. Every other person was different in my set, and in her set too, which I came to